A first alert update. Attorneys for the state of Wisconsin say they've reached a settlement in the 2022 lawsuit over PFAS contamination in Marinette County. According to minutes from a court hearing today, all sides indicate there is a settlement in this case. The state sued Tyco and Johnson Controls, accusing the companies of violating the state's hazardous substance spills law. PFAS from firefighting foam released into the water, land, and air around the company's Fire Technology Center in Marinette. Exposure to PFAS has the potential to cause serious health concerns. There are no details about the settlement. There is a court date scheduled for next month.